it's been another fun week, hasn't it, Dick?
Oh, yes, Tommy, it certainly has. With all these things that are happening over the world, it's getting very tense.
Yeah.
A lot of things are happening, like, for instance, the Pueblo incident.
Oh, yes,
that's right. That was a very tense and unusual
Also,
incident.
this week, the past week, there's been the thing with the Eartha Kitt. She kind of really let it,
Yeah, the Eartha Kitt incident, yeah.
She really laid it on.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Another cabinet member has resigned.
From President Johnson's cabinet,
Yeah,
huh?
from our cabinet. That makes
Boy, a lot of them have resigned, haven't they?
Yeah,
Just leaves Dean Risk left.
Rusk.
But Rusk. Oh, yeah, the one you're talking about just resigned just a couple of days ago. Secretary Gardner, the Secretary of Health, Education, and Hair Fair.
He resigned. And another thing that was very unusual is, we lost another airplane, crashed in Greenland, and we lost 4 hydrogen bombs in the Arctic snow. Now, that's disturbing to me, very seriously.
Not to me.
What do you mean?
Well, I think that just simply reflects another change in the hydrogen bomb policy. I mean, we're losing them in the snow in Greenland now instead of the waters of Spain like we used to. I think that's good. I feel like it's a step in the right direction in order to spread democracy.
Spread democracy.
Yeah.
Now, don't you realize that losing hydrogen bombs disturbs all the nuclear people, the nuclear powers who control world politics? Now, that's nothing to do. You don't go spreading. Here's the powers that control the...
Maybe they need to be disturbed.
No, I don't know. But here are the powers that control world politics, that have the bomb, right?
Uh-huh.
The U.S., right?
Yeah.
Russia, Red China, England, and France.
Yeah, but now they've added 2 fishermen in Spain and 3 Eskimos in Greenland.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. With guest stars Robert Morse, Paul Revere and the Raiders featuring Mark Lindsay, Pat Paulson, special guest star Nanette Fabray, the Jimmy Joy Singers, the Louis Vuitton Dancers, and Nelson Riddle and his orchestra.
Here's a little story about those mountain boys, the ones who had that awful feud, Hatfields and McCoys. Once the shooting started, they never would relent, except when they would stop to smoke a tasty Kent. One day, those feuding folks were on a big rampage, but when they stopped to take a smoke, they all yelled out in rage. Hatfields had no matches, McCoys were out of Kent. Soon as both sides found that out, disarmament. Shooting stopped.
For the taste of Kent.
Guns were swapped.
For the taste of Kent.
Feud was dropped.
For the taste of Kent. More taste, fine tobacco.
The moral is, Kent's great taste is a real McCoy. Kent King Size and Kent 100s both have the best flavor in filter smoking today. To a smoker, it's the taste of Kent, and any length.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet the Smothers Brothers.
Thank you very much. We'd like to start off the show. Generally, we start off the show with a comedy number by my brother and I, a happy, light number with a lot of pace, a lot of excitement. But tonight, we're going to do it a little bit different because we feel there's a great message that can be told in this particular number. It's about a personal experience my brother went through many years ago, and as you could see, he's never fully recovered from this experience. But that's not the point. The point is that by relating what happened to my brother many years ago, if we just save one person the torment, the heartache, the agony of going through what happened to my brother, we will feel that we have served a useful purpose on this show tonight. So here he is singing
My Tragedy.
My Brother's Tragedy.
I fell in a vat of chocolate. I fell in a vat of chocolate.
What did you do when you fell into the chocolate?
Lolly-doo-dum day. I just fell in a vat of chocolate.
Tommy.
I
I asked you a question. I know what you fell in.
Fell in a vat of chocolate.
I know, but we've got to say.
It's a horrible experience, falling in a vat of
But don't
chocolate.
get hung up on falling into the chocolate. What happened when you fell in the chocolate?
See, I fell in this chocolate, and I was.
I know you fell in the chocolate.
It's a horrible experience. I was in this vat of chocolate, and
you fell in the chocolate?
Heaven knows what you do when you fall in a vat of chocolate.
Well, you get covered with chocolate. That's what.
Certainly do.
Now, what happened after you? What happened when you fell in the chocolate?
I even hate to think about it. It was a horrible experience. I just fell right in this
What
chocolate.
did you do when you fell in the chocolate?
I swam. You start swimming. The minute you hit that chocolate, you just start swimming away. you don't swim, and if you fall in a vat of chocolate, you don't swim.
Was it a big vat?
You just go right down to the bottom of the vat of chocolate.
Was it a big vat?
It was 30 feet. It was
Across?
deep, 30 feet deep of chocolate.
Ooh.
And you don't swim in a vat of chocolate. You go right down to the bottom, and lurking in the bottom of the chocolate is pumas. I don't know how those pumas got in there. They just must like.
Pumas that live in the bottom of chocolate vat?
Strange, isn't it?
That is ridiculous now.
Yes.
Now, you were swimming in this vat. Now, how did you get out of this vat? You obviously fell in.
Yeah.
You swam around so you wouldn't get eaten up by a puma.
Yeah.
But how did you get out?
Well, see,
How'd you get out?
Well, see, I was walking down by my house, and there was this vat of chocolate, and I just happened to be, every day I walked by it, and I just happened to fall right into this vat of chocolates, right next to the drugstore.
What do you take me for? Some sort of an idiot?
No,
You're trying to tell me there's an open vat of chocolate on the corner by your house?
No, it's near the drugstore, right in between the dry cleaners. Between the dry cleaners
I don't
and
care
the
what part of the
drugstore.
block it's on. They don't have vats of chocolate on the side of the road. And if they did, they'd have a railing across this vat so that people like you would not fall in. A railing, a restraining rail would be there.
Well, you see, I always kind of like to balance on that rail. And someone during the night put something slippery on that rail, because I balanced on that rail a lot of times. I never fell in a vat of chocolate, and there was someone snuck in during the night. Put something slippery, because I hit that spot, and I just right into this vat of chocolate. I don't know who put that something slippery on there. Who would do that?
I don't know who would.
Probably a communist.
Probably a communist?
Yeah, because they generally work at night. So they probably put that in. That's
And they
why.
dig chocolate vats, huh?
Yeah, well, they tried to get me.
Okay, so you fell in the chocolate. Now, how'd you
Yeah.
get out? You're swimming around, and how'd you get out? Let me get this straight. Did you get out?
What a dumb thing to say. Of course I got
Okay,
out.
then how?
I yelled fire. I yelled fire when I fell into the chocolate. I yelled fire when I fell into the chocolate.
Why did you yell fire when you fell into the chocolate?
Lolly-doo-dum day. Well,
Now just think about it. Don't talk for a second. You fell in a vat of chocolate. A communist made you fall in the
It was a
chocolate.
communist conspiracy.
A conspiracy.
They were working on the domino thing.
Okay, whatever that means. You were in the chocolate. You were in the chocolate. Now, you were scared. You were uptight, right? You were frightened.
I yelled
you were,
fire.
Well, you were in an alien environment.
Yes.
Hot, sticky chocolate in your eyes and in your nose and your ears. What possessed you in
Ooh,
this?
that's awful.
Yeah. What possessed you, falling in liquid chocolate, to yell fire? I mean, that is ridiculous, Tommy. I mean, you yelled fire.
Yeah,
Ridiculous, if you ask me.
certainly is. I just yelled fire when I fell into the chocolate.
Why'd you yell fire when you fell into the chocolate?
I yelled fire because no one would save me if I yelled chocolate! Lolly-doo-dum, lolly-doo-dum day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We think we've got a real great show for you tonight with
I
some
hope
of...
somebody learned something by that, Tommy.
Yeah. Don't hang around on rails.
And chocolate things,
Yeah.
you could get cavities.
That's right. We've got a great show for you tonight with some of our favorite people.
Right, that's right, Tommy. And right now, why don't you introduce Paul Revere and the Raiders?
Are they here?
Of course they're here. You can't be that dumb.
Oh, yes, I can.
I'll accept that. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the country's favorite musical groups, the dynamic Paul Revere and the Raiders, featuring Mark Lindsay.
I believed in you so strong, baby. But I don't want nobody to leave me on, to leave me on. But I don't need nobody to leave me on, to leave me on. You told me nothing concerned you, Pete Smith, because you love me so. Well, I gave you all my love, and I tried to give you satisfaction. I didn't think I had to give up, but baby, I found out everything you told me wasn't so, oh baby. But I don't want nobody to leave me on, to leave me on. I don't need nobody to leave me on, to leave me on. Oh, I don't want nobody.
Even a savage like you can get hit by a cold that builds up to sinus block. Cold pills and capsules take a while, don't they? Dristan Mist can help unlock sinus block. In seconds, relief goes deep into swollen membranes. Painful congestion's gone. You can breathe again, swing again, love again. Just use Dristan Mist. It was right under your nose, you savage.
What makes Chef Boyardee frozen pizza the biggest selling pizza in the world? People. People love it, so they buy more of it than any other pizza in the world.
The biggest complaint among teenagers today is of interference by their parents, especially when it comes to dating. Now, the most famous love story of all time, of course, is Romeo and Juliet. And that story was just that, parental interference. Now, what people aren't aware of is that Romeo's mother was actually thinking of her son's welfare. Now, tonight, we would like to recreate a scene between the two and let you, the viewers, judge for yourselves. Now, playing the part of Romeo is my brother Tom, and playing the part of Romeo's mother is Miss Nanette Fabray. And I'd like to say this wasn't her idea.
Thou art so sweet, thou art so witty, fair Juliet from Verona city. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la, and a fa fa la. Juliet's my teenage queen. Whoa, yeah, whoa. Sweet Juliet, I can't wait till I see her tonight. I'll run to her balcony and I'll call out, Hark! That's her father's name, Hark. Hey, Hark! Can Juliet come out and play? And then when she comes out, I'll throw her a rose and I'll say, This bud of love is by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. And that's pretty bad. No, I'll just say, hey, come on down, let's neck. Oh. Oh, Romeo, you're a handsome devil.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
'Tis my mother, she disapproves of my love for fair Juliet.
Ah, therefore art thou, Romeo.
Hi, Mommy.
Romeo, art thou going to meet that loose teenager Juliet again?
You're welcome.
Art thou going to embrace that wild, crazy young body of hers?
You are.
Well, art thou?
Well,
Art thou?
Well, I was gonna...
Romeo, Romeo, you mad, young, impetuous, foolish dummy. Oh, why did you have to fall in love with her? Why couldn't you find a nice Jewish girl?
Mother, we're not Jewish.
But it matters not. If 'tis good enough for the Goldsteins next door, 'tis good enough for us. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, thou knowest not what thou doest.
It's not so. I doest what I know dost.
Now you listen to your mother, Romeo. We are Montagues. Juliet is a Capulet.
Well, so what? What's so bad about a Capulet?
'Twould not work, son. She's a Roman Capulet.
Religion, religion. Mark my words, Mother. One day, differences of religion will matter not anymore. Just color. It's still a hang-up.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, thou speakest like a complete and utter dum-dum. Oh, if thy father could only hear thee now, he would turneth in his grave.
But Father's alive.
Well, this'll kill him. Romeo, I forbid thee to see Juliet anymore.
Nay, Mother. Nay, nay, nay. Because I shall see her and I shall marry her. I must marry her.
Romeo.
Thou cannot forbid me to see Juliet. After all, I'm 13 years old. Mother, thou knowest not of teenage love. Thou knowest not the feeling of teenage love. My bosom aches with desire, my arms twinge with yearning, and my lips burn with pain.
Methinkest this kid is on something.
Oh, Mother, how canst thou judge love? Why, look at you and Father. Ever since I can remember, you've been fighting with each other, yelling at each other, screaming at each other, doing all, clawing and biting at each other.
Children today, what knowest they of fancy passion?
I warneth thee, Mother. Thou must not persisteth in interfering with my love life. I warneth thee, Mother, otherwise I shall take out my switchblade knife and put it in my rib cage. Now, I'm sure you and Dad wouldn't want me to do that, would you?
Romeo! Romeo, thou hast killed thyself.
Oy vey. Oh, it hurts. Killing yourself is not a pleasant sensation. Oh, Mother, I dieth for teenage love. But do not fret, my lady, for I knoweth in my heart and in my rib cage I have not died in vain. But then again, the world will surely learn and benefit from this, and parents all over the world will realize that young lovers never can be parted.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo.
Unless, of course, one of them kills himself. Adieu, Mother, adieu.
Oh, Romeo.
Oh, say goodbye to the Goldsteins next door.
Romeo, Romeo, art thou truly dead?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's just amazing. For a 13-year-old boy, how quickly he was losing his hair.
You have a headache. You've taken aspirin. How long before it goes to work? You should have taken Bufferin. Bufferin can cut the time in half. Half the time. That's Bufferin time. Because in the first critical minutes, Bufferin speeds twice as much active pain reliever to your headache as simple aspirin. So bufferin goes to work in half the time. Half the time. That's bufferin time.
A shrew, thou sayest? Nay, then, I'll be a shrew, and thou'lt not tame me in 1,000,000 moons.
Poor Kate. Born 400 years too soon for Softique bath beads, the new relaxing powder for the bath. The way it softens the water and smooths the skin, a woman can't help but relax. With Softique bath beads, there might have been no need for the taming of the shrew.
Kiss me, Petruchio.
Right now, I'd like to introduce one of the most talented men in show business. His career has spanned the Broadway stage, motion pictures, and television. Now, he's a consummate actor, excellent dancer, and an extremely fine singer. I'd like to introduce him right now, but he's not here. Instead, we have Robert Morse, who does a little bit of everything. Not too well, but he works very cheap. So, ladies and gentlemen, meet the star of How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying and a guide for the married man, Mr. Bobby Morse.
All I want is a room somewhere far away in the cold night air with one enormous chair. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Lots of chocolates for me to eat. Lots of coal, making lots of heat. Warm face, warm hands, warm feet. Oh, wait, it'd be lovely. Oh, so lovely, sitting up so bloomin' lovely. Still, I would never budge till spring crept over the windowsill. Someone's head resting on my knee, warm and tender as they can be. They take good care of me. Oh, wouldn't it be lovely? Takes good care of me. Or wouldn't it be lovely, 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 lovely.
Great.
Thank you.
You can't say we don't treat our guests nice.
You treated me nice all week.
That was hard work, though, wasn't it?
Well, I came in early to work, you know.
Well,
you came in early, folks.
Okay, speaking of peace,
yes.
One of the foremost problems of today is the never-ending concern for peace. Now, everybody is for peace. They only differ in their means of achieving it.
Right.
Now, we'd like to illustrate some of the different approaches to peace with Bobby Morse.
Now, for purpose of clarity, Bobby, explain your position in the peace song.
Okay, I'm going to take the position of those who advocate that war is necessary to achieve peace.
That makes you a hawk, right?
Well, for the purposes of this song, yes, I'll be a hawk.
You're a hawk.
Right,
Okay.
I'm a hawk.
And I'll take the position of those who are very violently opposed to war and will go to any lengths for peace. So I'll be a dove.
Okay, then I'll be the one who really would like to be a hawk, but that thinks the war is morally wrong, but wants to be a hawk, but he's afraid of getting hurt, so he's confused with the moral issues of the war or
Okay,
the
Tommy, what does that make you?
Bobby Kennedy.
Peace is our goal, that's what we're for. We will have peace. But first, let's have war.
Tell it like it is.
I'm upset and angry and eager for peace. I'll kill anybody who doesn't love peace. If we really want peace, we could have it today. If all of our enemies would see things our way, convince them with soldiers and a bombing increase, we might wipe out mankind, but at last we'll have peace.
So wage a war for peace.
Drop a bomb for peace. Shoot a gun for peace. Kill everyone for peace. Oh, peace is our goal. That's what we're for. We'll have peace.
But it won't be through war. You're wrong, Bobby. You're wrong.
Tell it to him.
I'm upset and angry and eager for peace. Nothing can stop me in my march for peace. Let's march on the Pentagon insisting on peace. We'll call them warmongers, they'll call the police.
The police.
But we'll remain firm until peace is found. We'll stand up for peace until they knock us down. So do your best for peace.
Protest for peace.
Never stop for peace.
Kiss a cop for peace. Oh, peace is our goal. That's what we're for. We will have peace.
Make love, not war. Yes, friends, peace. Peace and war and peace. You know, we are a peace-loving nation that always seems to be fighting wars. Now, this confuses a lot of people, especially our enemies. Well, it even confuses most Americans. Let's face it, friends, war is a terrible thing. It's a terrible, bad thing. What is war? I'll tell you what war is. War is soldiers in parades, marching into battle in fancy uniforms, traveling to foreign lands, fellow man joining to slay an enemy far away from home, far away from the wife, the kids, and the responsibilities. War is saving villagers from the domino theory or the Red Menace. Drinking and carousing around, that's war. Drinking and carousing around with liberated women and girls throwing themselves at your feet. No wonder wars are so popular. But, friends, peace is popular too. Everybody says they want peace, but they always support war. And then there's some of them that want the war, but then they want to have peace. And then a lot of times that people walk around and say that they would like to have peace, but then again there's the problems of no wonder Bobby Kennedy's confused.
Oh, peace is our goal. That's what we're for. We will have peace. Make love, not war.
We'll be right back with Nanette Fabray, Robert Morse, Paul Revere and the Raiders, and Pat Paulson on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, well, if you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette. Of course, we can't guarantee it'd smoke as smooth as a Tareyton. Face it, if you want your cigarette to smoke as smooth as a Tareyton, it'll just have to be a Tareyton with the charcoal filter. That's why us Tareyton smokers would rather fight than switch.
Generally, when there's an open spot on the show, I get to do a solo, sing a solo. I've done a number this year, a number of them, and the reason I get to do them is partly because my brother and I, well, it's our show. Well, we do have a very fine vocal group on the show, and they're called the Jimmy Joyce Singers. They're really a great group, and we thought it might be interesting to hear them sing a song on their own, and it's a song called Hey, Mr. Sunshine. Now, the unusual thing about it is that the song was written by two young men in the group, Milt Chapman and Rick Lipp. Now, that's not a typographical or slip of the tongue, folks. Its name's Rick Lipp. So here they are, the Jimmy Joyce Singers singing Hey, Mr. Sunshine.
Hey, Mr. Sunshine, I wouldn't mind if you took all your light and you left the night. Take away the day, everything is okay. Well, she's got her guy. My guy, and in his eyes are all the sunny skies that I need. So take away your sunny skies, she's got you in her eyes. Mr. Sunshine, I wouldn't mind if you took all your light and you left the night. Take away the day, everything is okay. She turns me on in so many groovy ways. I would be just as happy without any day.
Mr. Sunshine, take away your light. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, take away your light. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, hurry,
Bring us the night. Bring us the night. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, you can go and say gone. Mr. Sunshine, the way that she turns me on. Mr. Sunshine, please don't turn on the dawn. Hey, Mr. Sunshine, I wouldn't mind if you took all your light and you left the night. Take away the day, everything is okay.
Mr. Sunshine, he's got you in his arms.
Sunshine, she's got you in her arms. Sunshine, she's got you in her
In line with our policy of taking a stand on the pressing issues of the day, we now present another in our continuing series of editorials. Subject, Congressional Ethics. Here again, speaking for our program, is Mr. Patrick Paulson, Vice President.
Good evening. Everywhere you go lately, you hear this senator or that congressman accused of padding expense accounts, milking campaign funds, or engaging in some form of financial hanky-panky. Now, we deplore this loose, unpatriotic talk. It can only lead to investigations and convictions. Before long, no one would be left to run our government. Of course, there are abuses, but usually there are reasons. These lawmakers don't like to take graft and big bribes, but how else can they get the money to buy votes? They can all make great records like Everett Dirksen. And all that fuss about the senator who rented a yacht at government expense and threw a series of wild orgies. Picky, picky, picky. What do they expect him to do? Spend 6 years staring at those crummy cherry trees? A lot of these criticisms don't even make sense. I read an article that said, actually 2 pages, that said how to prove how corrupt our congressmen are. And another 2 pages complaining that they never show up for roll calls. If they're so crooked, who wants them around? This is not to say that we condone Lewis' conduct. We feel that when a man is elected, he immediately forecloses the abdication of all rights, morally acting with fear and favor upon himself. Or in the immortal words of Adam Clayton Powell, a Public office is a public trust. Some of us forget that these are human beings trying to do a job. Take my own congressman. Please. After 20 years in office, he was accused of chiseling millions on various contracts. Everyone turned against him. Imagine a decent man like that suddenly ostracized after 20 years. I felt so sorry for him, I looked him up. And it wasn't easy because he is now living in Argentina under an assumed name. In conclusion, let's all remember that we have a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And there are very few people in our government that you can't buy. Thank you.
If you wish a copy of the preceding editorial, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Editorial, Box 1763, Beverly Hills, California, zip code 90213.
I wonder if you'd mind if I ask you something on the side.
Okay. Well, what side?
This other side probably is better.
That's my best side anyway.
Yeah. In view of the editorial you gave on congressional ethics, I thought it might be a good time to ask you about a few rumors that have been circulating. Now, this is completely off the record, and you can answer completely honestly. Now, several people have told me that you're considering running for public office. Now, is this true?
No, absolutely not.
Well, there's been a lot of talk, and you were involved in public affairs, so I thought perhaps it was true.
No, well, a great many of my friends and my associates and my fellow Americans have been urging me to run for office. But what office I'm not at liberty to say at this time. Therefore, I wish to state that with regard to the presidency of the United States, I will not run if nominated, and if I'm elected, I will not serve.
Then you are definitely not running for public office, right?
Definitely not. I'm not a presidential candidate. I never have been.
Well, that's straight from the horse's mouth, so that's sure going to disappoint a lot of people around the country. I know that.
Well, what people would you be referring to?
Well, quite frankly, the show's been starting to get a lot of letters from clubs that are springing up around the country that are advocating Pat Paulson for president.
Let me say this about that. I have no connection with my clubs throughout the country. They're nothing more than small groups of unsolicited, over-enthusiastic supporters of a great man.
Then you actually have nothing to do with these clubs at all?
I not only do I have nothing to do with them, I've really tried to dissuade these people from backing me. I've spent large sums of money, these clubs. I've traveled around the clubs in the various parts of the country. I've met these people face to face, and I've told them that I'm not interested in being president.
Well, I guess that settles that then. So,
I certainly hope so, and I appreciate this opportunity so early in my campaign to make my position clear. And thank you, Tom. And
thank you.
Thank you, my fellow Americans.
Well, there you have it. An official denial of Pat Paulson for president. Speaking for myself, I'm rather sorry that he isn't running or climbing for president. I think he'd make a good president. He's an excellent comedian. Well, that's showbiz. Once again, Paul Revere and the Raiders featuring Mark Lindsay.
Somebody always puts them down.
flu epidemic strikes, it can put you in bed with fever, pounding headache, aches and pains. Until your doctor arrives, take Anacin. For these flu miseries, an Anacin tablet gives more relief power than any regular aspirin tablet. Look, this illustrates the amount of medication in an aspirin tablet or aspirin with buffering. Anacin starts with the same medication, then adds more of the same pain reliever doctors prescribe most. It is specially fortified. Anacin reduces fever, relieves headache, relieves flu aches and pains fast. Yes, an Anacin tablet gives more relief power for these flu miseries than any regular aspirin tablet.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the subject is shoes. Shoes are the very foundation on which our nation stands. And tonight, we're going to kick up our heels and step into the soulful world of shoes.
Yes. And just for you, folks, a really big shoe.
Moving right along now, here's Bobby Morse's shoes.
And Nanette Fabray in her socks.
Hey, now, wait a minute, guys. Nanette, now what's the idea? This is a shoe number. You're wearing socks.
Well, I'm socking it to him, baby. Yeah.
Oh, I get it, a little soul humor. Okay, and to keep moving, here's Paul Revere.
And his Raiders. And of course...
Hey, Sam, pan on back, will you? Send kick on. Now, hey, Tommy, you see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that a little strange?
No, not for Hollywood. And the occupation and even the personality of an individual often can be determined by the shoes he's wearing. Now, there are literally thousands of different kinds of shoes. There are baby shoes. There are hush puppies.
Hush.
And there are shoes for little girls like Shirley Temple.
And if I'm elected, I'll put a chicken in every pot, and a pot in every garage, a garage in every walk, on a bump and a rock, and the sea hole in the bottom of the sea, and the green grass blue all around,
Okay.
the green grass blue all around.
Cooler. And there are cowboy boots.
Howdy, stranger.
Howdy.
I reckon you're here for the big dance.
Yeah, when does it start?
Right now, dance!
There are a great many famous quotations associated with shoes. For example, he died with his boots on.
Here's another one, Dick.
Yes.
I sure wouldn't want to be in his shoes, but I'd sure like to get in her shoes, though.
Say, you've got a big pair of shoes to fill there, kid.
I know I do, ma'am, but I'm going to follow in my father's footsteps.
Oh.
My father drinks a lot.
Shoes are immortalized in song and dance. Who can ever forget?
Tell me when.
Now.
Oh, give me the old soft shoe. I said the old soft shoe. A one, a two, a doodly-doodly-doo. And who can ever remember?
Give me the old hard shoe. I said the old hard shoe. A one, a two, a doodly-doodly-doodly-doo. And who can ever remember to forget?
Give me those old frog shoes. I said, frog shoes. A one, a doodly-doodly-doo. Give me the old soft, hard frog shoe,
And nothing else will do.
The soft,
the hard,
the frog shoe.
Sorry about that. You've reached a disconnected foot.
Yes, madame. May I help you?
Well, I'd like to buy some shoes.
Well, we have something for everybody. As a matter of fact, our motto is, we have something for everybody.
Well, I hope so, because I have such a hard time finding shoes for me.
Well, you've come to exactly the right place. Just try on.
I just hope so.
Try on this little number here.
Right.
Just put your little tootsie right up here.
Here you are.
You'll love this number.
Right.
Beautiful. Does wonders for your stockings.
Right.
There. How's that?
Well, so far,
Yes.
so good.
Right.
However,
You can see that there's a lot more to a shoe than meets the foot.
There shoe is, and sometimes we forget, but there are those who always are there to remind us.
Yes, sir.
Friends and neighbors, we're gathered here for one purpose. Yeah! To put an end to the sinful way that we treat our shoes. Yeah! In our unthinking, callous ways, we have forced our shoes to do our dirty work. Yeah! Why, we're nothing but a bunch of toe-scuffing, shoe-hurting shin kickers. Yeah! Is that right? No! Is it? No! It ain't right, is it? No! You bet your boots it ain't right. And verily, I say unto you, we should love our shoes. Yeah! Shoes are made in the image of man's foot. They're just like people. Yeah. They got a soul begging to be saved. They got a tongue. That never takes the name of thy foot in vain. And skin of every race, color, and creed, size, and style. And you never seen a shoe at a riot unless there was a man in it. They got taps for making a joyful noise. They got style and class to give you poise. But what have they got that man destroys? I'm gonna heal, yeah. Now, friends and neighbors, let's all take a step in the right direction. Now, listen to me. I got shoes. I can't hear you. You got shoes. All God's children got shoes.
And these are some of the shoes that you wear now and then. You don't know just where and you don't know just when. Some of the shoes that are worn out and then you get them repaired and you wear them again. Yes, these are some of the shoes that you wear for a while. They come into fashion, they fall on a style. All kinds of shoes and they all go in twos. You'll get a kick out of Shoe City Shoe. I love, go get a shine on your shoes.
Screen testing a stand-in.
She's talented. Nope, cut. Sharon, your teeth are dull.
Well, they've always been hard to whiten.
Try this.
Old Pepsodent?
New Pepsodent.
But no toothpaste ever?
No toothpaste ever had zirconium silicate.
Puts white in your bite.
Oh.
Sharon, it's my business to know. Here.
Yesterday a stand-in, today a star.
New Pepsodent with zirconium silicate. It's even hard to whiten teeth. They're whitest.
Gee, you smell great.
Care to dance?
I'd love to.
Sorry, dear. Everyone smells nice these days, but just smelling good is not good enough anymore. Because there's a deodorant bar that does more for you. It's called Phase 3. And it's the only deodorant bar you can get with cream in it to make your skin feel softer and look softer, too. Now, what would you rather do? Sit there and smell nice or dance?
Ladies and gentlemen, well, that's our show for tonight, and we'd like to thank our guests, Nanette Fabray, Bobby Morse, and Paul Revere and the Raiders. Weren't they wonderful?
Next week, our guests will be Arthur Godfrey, Jackie Moms Mabley, and an exciting great group from London, the Bee Gees.
We're really looking forward to next week's show, and we hope you could all join us.
Yeah, before we say goodnight, there's something, in the world we're living in now.
There's something in this world we're living in.
There's something in this world we're living in now that's something's wrong, and each of us in our own way, including you, in your clever way, me in my stumbling way, and everybody out in America are seeking a way to find out the truth of life as the river flows, the flowing of life, changing ever different as we find our way. And I've written a song of search.
You mean you've searched?
I have searched for the answer, and this is a song of my seeking. I'd like to do it. I know it's kind of spur of the moment
Well,
thing.
I mean, this is the closing credits.
Yeah, I'd
Tom,
like
you
to
know.
do it. Could I have?
Get your guitar.
Thank you very much. This is a song of seeking, a song of longing, a song of search, a search for the truth.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of faces and I've been a lot of places, so I know I must be going somewhere. The world keeps spinning, but I'm always just beginning to begin, but I never really get there. The times and the seasons go on, but all the rhymes and the reasons are gone. I know I'll discover after it's all over and done, I should have been a nun.
Tommy, I thought you were serious. You come out here and with time to say goodnight, a serious thought.
I was serious. It was a song of search. I
Okay,
didn't
what-
say I found the answer.
Good night.
No, not yet. Not yet. We're not saying good night yet.
Well, I want to get out of here.
I know, it's kind of embarrassing for you,
It
isn't
sure
it?
is, I'll tell you that.
There's one more thing I'd like to mention. You may have noticed that now and then we kind of poke fun at the little fun at the people in Washington.
Washington?
Washington. But
Washington.
actually, we mean every word of it.
No, we don't. We don't mean every word of it because there are some things in Washington that we do like.
Yes, there is one thing, and that's VISTA, the Domestic Peace Corps. And if any of you out there feel you'd like to help get rid of poverty and ignorance in this country, and you want to do something, please contact these people.
Now, seriously, they don't want your money, they want you.
So if you really want to do something for the country, something to help it make a better place to live, just look to VISTA.
That's right. And for information, write to Vista, Washington, D.C.
I'll bet it's the best letter you ever wrote.
That's right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Too Much Talk was pre-recorded. This is Roger Carroll.
If you're thinking of smoking an extra-long cigarette, choose the extra-long cigarette that filters farther for a milder smoke. Pell-Mell Gold 100s. Pell-Mell filters farther because it's extra-long at both ends. Not just more tobacco, but an extra-long filter, too. So puff for puff, it's milder than ever. Pell-Mell Gold 100s. Or Pell-Mell Menthol 100s. Extra-long at both ends.
The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour was brought to you by Pell-Mell Gold 100s, extra long at both ends, so it filters farther for a milder smoke, puff for puff, milder than ever. And Anacin, with a specific compound that relaxes tension as it relieves headache pain. Anacin.